become a casualty in you pertaining to wealth. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, if only thing you're doing is chasing wealth, anybody in your way of obtaining that wealth will become a casualty. So they don't even want to deal with you. Ashe?
Ashe.
It goes on to say, the good or moral life, the teaching tells us, also necessitates that we treat important matters with the reasonableness and calmness that they require. Moreover, the text suggests that the good life also requires that we know when and how to rest. It poses rest as an essential condition not only for the good life in general, but also specifically for serious moral and critical reflection. Let's say that again. It poses rest as an essential condition not only for the good life in general, but also specifically for serious moral and critical reflection. If you can't rest, you can't begin to think. If you're running around like a chicken with his head chopped off, already you know he can't think because his head gone. So now, that's what's going on. That's a perfect analogy. You're running around like a chicken with his head chopped off. No brain. You can't think. You can't reflect. You can't tap into yourself because what you are doing is chasing that which is out of yourself. And if you never reflect and see why you're running and chasing these things, you never will get to where you want to be because you don't know where you're trying to go. That is in all aspects of your life. That is spiritually. That is physically. That is materialistically. Whatever. If you use these principles and these teachings and these aspects of your life, you will begin to understand that you have to take time, sit back, relax, reflect on where you want to go. And I do, and by the way, I have a consulting company, and I help people to tap into that. So if you want to get involved with that, come talk to me. Finally, the text tells us that we should give full and ongoing attention to the future and be constantly and profoundly concerned about the consequences of things. This dual moral emphasis speaks to our need to be concerned with the effect of our actions. Ashe?
Ashe.
Be concerned with your actions. It says not only on the quality of life and relations in the contemporary world, but also on the future of the world and generations to come. Now, that's something I want to stop at. Because we fail to realize, or we don't slow down enough to realize that you live. You will continuously live if you can pass on what you know, what you do, what you have, if you can pass it on to another generation. We're so scared of death that we want to become a part of the movement, but at the same time we're so scared of dying that we can't be a part of the movement. Because I only got 20, 30, 40 years left. I got to live my life. But if you really understood what life is, what our ancestors taught, that you will continuously live through those children that are here. But if you are about you, I only got 20 years left. I only got 30 years left. If that's all you got left, make it your best. Make sure that you leave something here for our children. Not only our children, for many elders, leave something here to pass on to people that's my age, people that's Sankova's age and younger. Because you will continue to live through them. This is why we revere our ancestors. I say live your life like you want to be one of the ancestors that we call out when we say our libation. It's also, I saw a t-shirt that says that if you, no, let me back it up. It says that don't have to let the preacher lie at your funeral. Live life in that way. Oh, y'all been in some funerals where the preacher got to lie? He was a good man. He was a Christian man. He was everything but a Christian. And we can talk about Christian later, but we're going to keep it there. Y'all understand where I'm at, right?
Yes, sir.
Because we understand if you are a good Christian, that you are a good person. We understand you're a good Muslim, you are a good person. If you follow those teachings. I'm not talking about the doctrine. I'm talking about the teachings, the principles that they stole from us. Because without us, it wouldn't be that. That wouldn't even exist. So those principles, when you read the Psalms, understand its powers in those Psalms because our people wrote them. Asha? And thus, it has a particular moral meaning, not only for the quality of human relations, but for the integrity of the environment. Let me back that up and see what they're talking about. Because I know y'all don't know what I said, because I don't know what it said. So we're going to go back some. This dual moral emphasis speaks to the need to be concerned with the effect of our actions, not only on the quality of life and relations in the contemporary world, but also on the future of the world and the generations to come. Okay, yeah, that's where I left off at. So live your life to make sure the generations to come have a legacy of you to carry on. Asha?
Sure.
Let me skip that part and let's just close this verse out. This commentary. Such moral concern, the text suggests, is to be embraced not only for the good life here, but also to secure our place in eternity, given our eventual passing. That's what we just was talking about. In a word, it speaks to our need to live a life that leaves a legacy of goodness in this world, which not only promises respectful memory in this world, but also eternal life in the next. Right? That's the word from the old weed for the day.
Powerful.
And I'm going to keep my promise and close it on out. We're going to go back to the who said. And we're going to close it on out. I have plenty of things I can talk about, but we're going to keep this one short. And I'm going to close it by saying this. I'm going to turn, to the book of Ptah-hotep. Oh no, I'm sorry, the book of Kunanuk, page 32. And it says it like this in my closing. It says, the balancing of the land lies in Ma'at. Truth, justice, and righteousness. It says, do not speak falsely because you have weight. Right?
Ashe.
Be not untrue. Be not untrue. I kind of lost my place here, y'all. So I'm trying to, it says, let me start over. Do not speak falsely because you are great. Do not act lightly because you have weight. Be not untrue, for you are the balance. And do not swerve, for you are the standing. What is that saying? Don't swerve. Don't fall in. Don't cave in. Don't tilt. Because you are the standing. Don't do it because everyone else is doing it. Don't do it because it's popular. Dr. Ray in my consecration, he said, I'm not consecrating you to be a popular teacher. I'm consecrating you to speak the truth, to be a makaru. Because when you speak the truth, you become unpopular. And that's even with the conscious community. Because we don't want to look at that man in the mirror. Right? We don't want to face it. Right? So what I'm challenging each and every one of us to do today, and from this moment on, is to look at ourselves in the mirror Challenge yourselves. Go inside of yourselves. Look at those ugly things that are in you and try to correct them. Leave a legacy for the next generation. Ashe?
Ashe.
So again, I'm going to close out with it like this. You are on the level with the balance. If it tilts, then you will lean too. Do not drift, rather stand. Do not rob, rather act against the robber. For one is not really great if he is great with greed. If you turn your face from violence, who will punish wrongdoing? And with that, family, I told you I was going to keep it short. Ashe.
Ashe.